Hi! If you're preparing for English speaking and writing tests, welcome! In today's video, I'm gonna do a mock test of IELTS speaking part 3. Hi, my name is Suguru and I have gotten 8.5 in IELTS speaking. If I can do that, so can you. Now let's get started. No, I don't think so. I can see many Japanese people hectic in the morning because I commute by train and every morning I go to the train station and when I do so I see some Japanese people, it's not everybody, but some Japanese people are trotting to the station, and as soon as they see the train arrived at the station, they run very fast onto the train, which means that they don't have enough time until they are supposed to be in their offices, which means that they don't wake up early. They sleep until the very last minute. Yeah. Well, one advantage is that people who are early birds can concentrate on their work early in the morning. One of the most famous Japanese business leaders once said in an interview that he wakes up at like 3 a.m. That's very early. Obviously it's still dark outside and everybody else is still sleeping. And the reason for him to wake up so early is that he said, everybody else is still sleeping, so he can, concentrate on his work. He never gets distracted by, phone calls from his employees or clients. He never gets messages in those wee hours. So, he can use all his attention to his work. How would it change society? Well, I don't have any medical evidence for this, but in my image, early risers are physically fit. People who wake up early in the morning and always have breakfast and do a little exercise in the morning. Those people get so energized from the beginning of the day. So they are very healthy. So if everybody did that, maybe the number of people who are suffering from, health problems might decrease. But in all honesty, I don't think that would change society so much because, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter what time you wake up. Whether you wake up, at 4 a.m. in the morning, or whether you pull an all-nighter throughout the night so that you concentrate on your work during the night. It doesn't matter. Everybody has 24 hours a day, and as long as you do what you have to do, it doesn't matter what time during the day you do it. Now let's review my answers in terms of these 4 criteria. First, fluency and coherence. Coherence means how you develop a topic. Let's look back on this part of my response. Well, I don't have any medical evidence for this, but in my image, I said I don't have medical evidence for this, but in my image, blah blah blah. In an academic setting, like a university classroom, you are supposed to talk about everything based on the truth. But what if you don't during an IELTS test? Well, you can just say what I said. You can say, I don't have evidence, but I think blah blah blah. This is totally fine in IELTS because IELTS examiners don't fact check. So if you don't know about a topic, don't be nervous. Your answers don't have to be based on the truth. You can even make up stories if you want. Next, pronunciation. This means your English should be easy for the listener to understand. As usual, I don't think I had too many problems with my pronunciation or intonation, so that was fine. Lexical resource. I have used many good idioms closely related to the topic today. I'll teach you 3 of them. I mean people who are early birds. Early birds. Early birds. An early bird is someone who wakes up or comes to an appointed place earlier than other people. Early birds. He never gets messages in those wee hours. Wee hours. Wee hours. Wee hours are the hours past midnight, when the hour is represented with a small number, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and so on. Or whether you pull an all-nighter. Pull an all-nighter. Pull an all-nighter. If you pull an all-nighter, it means you don't sleep until the next morning, because you have work to be done or enjoying an exciting event like a party. Last but not least, grammar. Let's watch this part of my answer. Whether you wake up, at 4 a.m. in the morning, it doesn't matter. Whether. Whether. Can you use this conjunction? If you can make a very good impression on your examiner. Whether indicates even if you do A or B, you'll get the same result. Let's look at an example sentence. Whether people praise you or criticize you, always stay humble. Whether people praise you or criticize you, always stay humble. This sentence means if people praise you, you should be humble. But if people criticize you, same thing. You should be humble too. No difference. Alright, I hope you found this video useful. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, let me wish you good luck on your test.